Ever since I was young, all I grew up saying was shoes that were made in Italy, bags that were made in France or Italy, so that sort of had been in my head since I was a little kid.
So yeah, I was a late bloomer, and then I started kind of watching YouTube videos abroad, and I realized that there was nothing for India. Like when I wanted to go and see what kind of lipstick would look good on me or what kind of blush I should wear, there was nothing of my skin tone that I could relate to. And I said, hey, why don't I start something?
I started blogging 3 years ago, and once I started, in fact, nobody knew about it.
I feel every girl can blog in this world and still won't be very crowded because every person is unique. They have their own unique style.
Passion is, I think, embedded in every girl out there. So we cannot really, emphasize on the fact that how come you made it a part of your bread and butter. So actually, it's more or less like cashing on my passion.
I always wanted to have a blog which is just helpful in terms of making you make the right purchases, and that was what the aim of the blog really was, to make sure that I'm educating people and learning along the way and just making it a fun space where people can come to.
The word blog was not that popular. Even talking to brands was difficult at that point of time because they didn't understand, what blogging is all about, the power of blogging.
Fashion for me is more like putting your stories forward. So be it through styling, modeling, doing the media job, making clothes. So it's this multitasker in me that gets activated.
I thought that with this blog, I can open up, whoever's reading it within the country can start understanding that there are a lot more designer brands out there, and also the concept of online shopping. People always, a lot of people are very apprehensive about shopping online, and a lot of them don't even know the kind of e-commerce websites that exist.
E-commerce is of course changing the entire scenario of fashion because now everything is available to everybody across the country. Earlier it was just, the big brands available to Delhi, Bangalore or Mumbai. Now you're sitting in Assam, you can buy all the new Forever 21 stuff or Zara stuff or from ASOS. You can buy from US websites. So of course, it has brought about a big change in the fashion industry, especially in India.
In terms of keeping quality alive, I think that's a huge challenge because there are very few good quality writers out there, and it is a challenge that I face as well, and it's something that I want to focus more on, in fact.
If I see you and I like what you're wearing, I can buy the same clothes, go to the mall and do it. But I think there's a bigger aspect to the writing part. I put a lot of effort and thought when I write a blog. It's not just a picture diary, but my thoughts as well. How did I think that this looks better this way, that way? What's the occasion that you should wear? And because I communicate my day in life, what I feel, people are able to relate more.
There are very few blogs that actually have write-ups in their in their content. There are more pictures. So I would say there's more photo blogging as opposed to writing.
Even if you're original and if you fail, that's okay. But if you're copying and you're succeeding, I don't think it's gonna last very long because people are gonna realize that you're copying somebody and you're not being very original. And there's only one person that can, pull off one thing.
Fashion blogging as a movement is quite big, but we've just started. There is a long way to go. People, every day I see new budding bloggers coming up and blogging and being in fashion. And it's not just fashion, it's it's beauty, it's food, it's technology. A lot of bloggers come up. So the movement is great thanks to India being so digital and social media being so much preferred across all over.
In terms of blogging and fashion blogging, I think it's amazing what it's done. I think it's almost brought kind of style to the masses in terms of showing people that it's not just celebrities who look like that. I can pick up something from Sarojini Nagar or even Zara and put together a look, and you can look stylish like this.
Actually, I love talking to my readers and I love getting their responses because they are mostly positive, luckily. And they always tell me how they love my style, how I inspired them, how they want to pursue fashion now. They always keep mailing me like, I want to become a stylist, what should I do? I want to become a fashion blogger, what should I do? And I love replying to them.
But what I do feel is people start a blog for the wrong reasons. They start to make money, and it doesn't work like that. people start with the expectation of getting freebies. And if you start with that expectation, you sort of get too big for your boots, and eventually you're going to be shunned out.
There's a huge moral responsibility, especially for beauty. I mean, I feel like initially when your blog is not that successful or not too many people read it, you can literally write anything and get away with it. But sometimes you will write things and people actually, they will go out and buy those products based on your recommendations, and you have to really be careful what you say about things.
If people are sending you things, you have to talk nicely about them. So there is no, you're not giving a real picture. The whole point of a blog is to talk about what you like and what you dislike.
Fashion blogging is not just blogging. That's the best part. You are a free-spirited soul in the pool of media, creative art, styling, art direction, designing. You got an eye for it, go for it and cash it, bloody make money out of it.
It's a great feeling when I say this, that it's 3 years then and it's now, that there's so much of difference. There are brands, people, everybody who appreciate blog as a profession and understand the influence. Brands understand that a blogger can be called an influencer.
So that's our dope, That's our nirvana.